Everybody that I talked to that used it had also used Climax, or had also used York, or used some of the other stuff that I've used, and they all said that, you know, their favorite machine is this S-Power. Bring it up, touch it to your tip, you know right where you're at. Hi, this is Alex Walmer with Walmer Construction Repair. We're located in Edinboro, Pennsylvania, and we do heavy equipment repair on all makes, all models, ag equipment, trucks, heavy equipment. I've been line boring for about 10 years and have had this S-Power for about 3 and very happy with it. I went to tech school in high school for automotive and realized that I didn't want anything to do with automotive because that industry's changes too quickly. There's too many variations. They don't make that much money. Then I signed up for Penn College, Penn Tech in Williamsport, and I went there and I took a CAT emphasis 2-year degree for heavy equipment, and got a sponsorship from CAT, and so I worked there when I got out, and that's pretty much how I got into it there. But I've been around it all my life, and if I'm going to fix something, I'd rather fix the heavy iron than fix the cars. So I was doing it for about 10 years at CAT, line boring and mechanical work and stuff, and out on the road for 3 or 4 years, and I got tired of the big business. I was tired of the politics of it. You know, I didn't feel like I was going to go anywhere else. I was where that's where they wanted me. They were happy with where I was, and I wasn't. I wanted to do more. I didn't have line bore stuff when I first started. I knew how to do it, and knew there was a lot of people that needed it, but so I borrowed one and used it from a friend, and then did all his line boring, and then ended up figuring out what I wanted to buy. I wanted a Climax machine in the worst way, because that's what I had used. I like the through bar, and I know how to run it, so that's what I wanted. I wasn't spending $65,000, $70,000 on a machine that I might use one time a month all year long. So that's where I started looking, and then I found the S-Power stuff, and I'm like, oh, I really like that's compact setup. It's a small setup, and trying to find dealer support and somebody close, somebody you can talk to, nothing overseas as far as the support side of things. And that is that's where I found the S-Power, and I really like it. I wasn't really worried about the Chinese machine. My biggest concern is the control box, and you guys have every part inside of the control box, an extra control box there. So that was more what I was looking for. Someone I can call, I mean, I have called Climax and talked to Climax, and it's difficult sometimes to get a hold of them, to be able to talk to somebody that actually wants to help you, or that's done it before, knows what they're doing. Gary's been great. You know, I've called him and asked him some questions, and asked him, hey, where do you set this when you're running it? And he knows, he's done it. So that's what I was looking for. I honestly didn't expect as good of customer service, but I'm surprised with what I've got. I really, the customer service has been good. If I have an issue, within a half an hour, you can get a hold of somebody and get an answer. And that's important when you're out on a job and set up and it's raining tomorrow. So it's that type of customer service is huge. I mean, parts replacement, that's, if they got it, they'll send it too. You know, I mean, you're not going to get something from one of them bigger outfits. They're not going to loan you something. They're not going to send you something so you can finish your job. They're going to say, well, nothing we can do about it. You know, where, I mean, if I had a breakdown, Gary's told me, he's like, hey, if you blow a servo up, you need one, we have some loaners that we can ship out to you, send us yours back and we'll fix it or whatever we got to do. So you can't beat that support. You know, you can't beat that. I haven't ran into anything yet that it hasn't been able to do, or I couldn't figure out how to set it up to be able to do it. So it's versatile. It's quiet, it's powerful. You got a lot of ability to change your feed speed versus your rotation speed. You can turn your rotation speed way down lower than what a Climax AC machine can do. I mean, a Climax, you got two speeds, high and low. You use both of them. This I got 50 to 250. I can do whatever I want, change it, infinitely variable. I don't like the drive setup of the Climax. It works, but we always seem to have issues with it, chatter and feed, surge issues. So far, I haven't had any issues with this. This has been good. The changeover from the welding to the boring is unbelievably quick with this setup. Similar to the Elsa Super Mechanica setup or whatever those other brands are there, where the Climax, you got to pull your whole drive unit off. You got to put on your bore weld or whatever welder setup you're using, and it just takes time. The switch out time between the weld phase, the bore phase, that's where you make or lose money on a job. If you gotta take 45 minutes to set up a weld, and then once you're done welding, you gotta spend 15 minutes getting it all torqued back down and put back on. I mean, this literally pull the bar out, call it, welder head in, turn the switch, and you can weld. Being a DC powered machine, that it is strong, and I've heard that from a lot of different people saying that, you know, your cut force is strong at all speeds, where the Climax AC, your cut torque falls with your cut speed. That's not the case here. If you can keep a tip from cracking or a bearing from breaking off, it'll cut it. And I like that. I mean, it's very strong, very strong. And I think it's faster than what the Climax is too. If you want to rip 250 RPM, which I don't normally do, but I mean, you can really get that thing spinning and make some speed. The remotes are nice, because if you got a job going on where you're pressing bushings in or working on other stuff on the machine while you're line boring and you hear that cut stop, oops, I gotta loosen that up, you can just turn it off. I think that it's a very good setup, cost-effective setup to get into, and the guys that don't do it full time, the guys that don't line bore every day, you can't beat it for what you're getting, support and performance wise for the money. There's nothing else out there that I've came across yet that matches it.
Mobile Machine Source has helped our customers all over North America expand their line boring business with S-Power. Check out another customer testimonial linked on screen.